Hi everyone, my name is Gabriela. I'm here from Janie's Paper, and today I want to give you a quick overview of our embossing invitations. First of all, thank you so much for joining me today, and today I will keep it simple and very practical, and the focus is for reseller use. So I will cover the embossing category, paper options, printing combinations, half and full embossing, add-on components, minimum order quantity, and lead time. So in this way you can understand where this product fits inside of a wedding invitation offer. Very well. First, embossing is positioned here inside of the flat invitation, okay? I'm pretty sure you already saw in the website. If it's not, go to janiespaper.com. So you're going to find it inside the flat invitation category under the sculpted embossed invitations, and it sits alongside other invitations methods like and such as letterpress, foil printing, digital printing, and also UV printing. So from a reseller perspective, this is not a separate material category, okay? So it's not like the acrylic or the laser cut. It is a finish-based flat invitation. So this is just another way to print and make it look more luxurious, the invitation package that you are going to do. And this is important because it means embossing can be sold either as a standalone look or as a part of a multi-finished flat suit. Okay, so for paper options, the strongest reference point comes from the flat sample kit. Okay, if you don't have it, I really recommend you to acquire one. It will be easier and very practical to show to your clients the paper options for the invitations. So the sample kit lists 250 grams matte paper, and also the 300, 450, and 600 grams cotton paper. So for this is for embossing and flat invitation range. Okay, this is usually the papers that we use for this kind of invitation, the flat invitation. Okay, it also states that the sample kit includes digital print, letterpress, embossed, and UV printing. So you are going to acquire other samples. So if you are presenting this line to clients, the basic paper structure is very clear. Okay, so it's 250 grams matte paper for lighter flat invitations and lighter flat applications too. Okay, like this one. This one is 250. Okay, and this one is the shimmer. But you can have it. This is a matte sample with gold foil stamping over here, and you have some details, okay, in embossing, okay. And this one is black matte paper, 250 grams. For 300 grams, you already go to the cotton category, and this is good. This paper is good for entry premium. 450 cotton paper for heavier premium fill, and then you have the 600 grams and cotton. That one will be the highest weight option of the sample kit, and is very thick. Let me show you. Here it is. Here it is, a sample of 600 grams of cotton paper, okay, in this beautiful green, with letterpress, Yes, you have here letterpress, you have embossing with foil details, with some laser cut customization. It's absolutely wonderful. So it's very premium and is the highest weight option. On at least one embossed product page, the invitation paper options included then the 300 grams white cotton, 450 grams of white cotton 2 and 600 grams, then 260 grams of ivory cotton, 530 grams of ivory cotton, and also you can find 300 grams of dusty rose cotton. Okay, the sample, the same page lists the pricing method has letterpress plus embossing. And so for resellers, the practical takeaway is this embossing line is not locked to one paper thickness, and not locked to one neutral stock only. Okay, so there is room for multiple cotton weights, white and ivory directions, depends of the type of invitation or what insuk that you are going to do, and at least one colored cotton option, like the green one that you saw over here, and combined finish executions with, especially with letterpress plus embossing, again, like for example this sample. Okay, or you can have it, you can have, for example, this one or this one. Let me show you this one. Okay, this one have embossing over here, the text is in letterpress. Okay, so let's talk about the embossing area. This is one of the most useful technical points for quoting and design planning, because it makes all the difference. And Janie's paper defines two structures. So you have half area embossing, like here, you see, just covers almost half of the paper. Okay, and then you have the full area embossing. Even if it's small detail like this one, it's very thin frame here, but this is a full area embossing. Okay, so if you are going to repeat the pattern up and down, you are going to have a full area embossing. Their explanation is very direct, so it's easier to understand. The full area embossing uses a large metal plate that covers all of the embossed areas, so you can play along with all the invitation. Even if the pattern has gaps, if the embossed design is spread out, it is still considered full area, like I mentioned before. Half area embossing uses a smaller plate and is suitable for concentrated designs. Okay, let me show another example with a name or a monogram. I showed you a half frame. Now I'm going to show you, for example, a monogram. I don't know if you can see, or like this one. See on top, very well. So this is the half area embossing is suitable for this kind of design. Okay, this matters for resellers because it gives a simple way to clarify artwork before quoting. So if you're just going to print a monogram, you don't need to do a price or charge for a price of a full area. Okay, you know that you can play with in almost enough half area. And then if you have multiple parts with embossing, then you need to go to a full area embossing. So a small located design is half embossing. Large and scattered embossed layout, full embossing. For printing combination, the custom embossing card page is useful. It lists these combinations, for example, half embossing with digital print, like this one, see? Half embossing, digital print. Full embossing and digital print. Let me see if I have one here. yes, I have. See, over here you have embossing here, embossing there, in the middle, full digital print in the text. Then half embossing and foiling. Full embossing and foiling. In foiling, you already understand the idea. Half embossing letterpress and full embossing letterpress. Usually those are the combinations. This is good for resellers because it means embossing can be sold in more than one pricing tier. For example, entry level embossing plus digital. Okay, mid-premium embossing plus foil, and then higher premium like this one over here, for example, or the one that I showed you before. Okay, those two, these ones already are higher premium embossing plus letterpress. So you can build offers based on finish complexity and not only on card size or paper weight. The same custom page also shows base invitation sizes, such as 127 for 178 millimeters or 5.47 inches, and 5.9 for 5.9 inches, and that gives a useful starting point for standard square and rectangle formats. Okay, but you also can customize. This is just standard options for you, and on that page the invitation pricing selector shows a different unit price bracket by quantity, so starting from 30 to 49 and decreasing through 50 to 99, 100 to 149, so on and so on. And for resellers conversation, that is useful because the product clearly supports volume-based pricing logic. So higher the how much, if you higher the quantity, lower the price. You understood? Okay. The flat sample kit also mentions that embossed flat suits can be combined with pocket, vellum jackets or belly bands. Let me very quick show you a beautiful pocket that we have here in vellum. In velvet, black velvet, and inside you have, this is very premium, okay, you have an invitation with letterpress and foil stamping, but this is like a sculpted letterpress. I don't know if you can see. That's why it's so good to have samples. So go to the website, and if you still doesn't have them, order some. You're not going to regret it. So embossing should not be treated only as a single card feature. It can be integrated in a full suite structure, and that gives resellers several option directions. So main invitation, insert cards like I showed you here, belly band that you can also customize to put it around, vellum layer, or a pocket style presentation. This is just an idea. This is just a sample. Another operational point is embossing is not limited to the main invitation card. So you can also apply it to envelopes, liners, and pockets. So let me show you here. Let me show you a pocket that was customized with embossing, sculpted embossing. It's very elegant, feels very luxurious, so very tactile. Okay, so you see floral print, beautifully done. And I have here another option, in this case a pocket, maybe a pocket envelope, yeah. But with embossing also playing with foil. See? Beautifully. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this is an extra detail that you can add to your wedding suit invitations. So you can play with embossing, has the main card feature, like I showed you before, or you can also integrate it in the suit level add-on and spread it in different materials. That is useful when a customer does not want a heavily embossed main card, but still wants embossing in the presentation. So you know that you have these options. So for embossing or sculpted embossing invitations, if you want to order them, starts with 50 pieces. Okay, for quantities below 50, a custom quote is required. For turnaround, the state standard service time is within 3 weeks after the proof approval. So maintain this in mind. Is after the proof approval. Expedited service is available for an additional $20 rush fee, reducing delivery to within 2 weeks after the proof approval. So it's possible, but then you need to pay $20 more, and that means the product is usable for standard wedding order timelines, but for short deadline jobs, rush handling needs to be planned early. Okay, so you know that the quickest time of delivery is 2 weeks. So, but with a fee, an additional fee. So keep that in mind. From a reseller standpoint, the main selling structure is simple. So the product type, a flat invitation with embossing finish, paper options, matte and multiple cotton weights, embossing structure, half area and full area, and finish combinations, digital, foil or letterpress. Suite add-ons can be pocket, vellum jackets, jacket, belly band, and then you can extend the applications to envelopes, liners, pockets. Remember, it should start with 50 pieces, and lead time is 2 to 3 weeks after proof approval. That is a technical framework. Okay. If I was presenting this product to a custom as a reseller, I would group this into 3 levels. Level 1 is half embossing with digital print on a lighter and mid-weight stock. Then level 2 is full embossing or embossing plus foil with heavier cotton stock. And level 3, full embossing and embossing or embossing plus foil with heavier cotton stock. It's beautiful. I know it's a little more expensive, but it's beautiful. Embossing plus letterpress with 400 grams and to 600 grams cotton with the add-ons in like the belly band, the pocket or embossed envelope components. This wedding suit is absolutely beautiful. It's very tactile and makes the wedding look more luxurious, more care to detail, and I think this is a good idea to present to your customs, and then they can choose how much they want to spend and what will suit the wedding ideal they have. So, to conclude, for resellers, this embossing category is strong because it offers clear technical options, like you saw, and is a flexible, and you have a flexible quoting path. So you can vary paper weight, paper type, embossing area, printing methods, format, and suit combinations. So I hope you enjoyed to know a little bit more about our embossing stationery. You can find more in jane'spaper.com, and you always can reach us by message, by email. We'll be very happy to assist you and guide you in your order or even with your doubts. So don't be afraid, send us a message if you have any doubt or if you want to know if your ideal is if it's possible to do, or even the price is very, if you want to customize it all, and we'll be here for you. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks for joining me this live, and have a great day. Bye bye.